Hello and welcome to another episode of the Chicken Noodle Podcast. I'm your host, Austin Campbell. And that was a burp. Excuse me, not excused. Hello, greetings, how are you doing? It is 5:39, 8:24 on day of recording. And I just took a cat nap. And as I proceeded to wake up and come in here, I've had family come home and they're out there. But let's get one thing straight. I'm avoiding them by coming and talking to you. So let's keep it going. That way I don't have to go out there and tend to my duties. Right? One of my duties that I strangely care about now is how tall the grass gets. The front yard gets taller than the backyard, but I don't really need to cut the backyard, so do I just cut the front yard? I don't know, that kind of seems silly. There's my wife, right there. Or maybe it was a mistress. Or whatever. Whatever, grass gets taller in the front than it does the back. Anyways, let's address the other new news. This is a painting by Chris Jacob, Jacob, Chris Jacob, Jacob, whatever. Life Goes On is the title of it. And this guy has some very cool paintings. I mean, I really love art. I do some, art myself, even though I'm not good at, regular painting, but I just, I do like scrape art and I do other stuff. I do whatever I want, okay? But anyways, I came across this guy on Facebook and I came across him on Whoops. Hey, shut up down there. Anyways, I came across his videos, and they're very cool, because what he does is, I will play a video for you right here, but I have it he has the painting flat like this, the camera's right there, and then he brings it up like this, and this stuff starts to drip down, and this stuff starts to drip down. So it's like an acrylic pour of some sort. So anyways, it's really cool. And his also there's also like a message in his paintings, which I really do agree with, which I like. I've got he's got ones that like, I don't even know how to explain it. But I understand what he's saying in them. Like these ones where he has like, I'll put some videos of them right here as I'm talking so you guys see what I'm talking about. But there's one where there's two like heads. It's called like Unconditional Love, and it's it's a lot of it's skulls. There's two or skeletons. It's like a mommy skeleton and a daddy skeleton. And they're like right here and here, and they have a baby in front of them, and they both have their heads are pouring stuff into the little one's head. Both of them are pouring. It's like, I don't know. Anyways, look him up, Chris Jacob, whatever it is. He's I was trying to find an interview with him, I couldn't, but I'll have to look harder. But I like him. So, anyways, still have the old Scalabrine jersey. It's over here, but I don't have enough wall space right now for all of that stuff. So, but I really like this. So enjoy the new art. That's just really my vibe. My wife's vibe is more like the honey one. The honey one is more my wife's vibe, so I'll probably get that one end up down the road. So anyways, but yeah, what do you think about it? chickennoodlepodcast@gmail.com. Send in some emails. Tell me that is a dumpster fire. Tell me it's the biggest spectacle you've ever seen, or don't say anything at all about it. So, moving on. I need that water bottle over there. Okay, back to. Sorry, I was parched. So let's get some big news out of the way. Well, let's get this debate out of the way. There is a video with 5 women attacking one woman. And there's a big debate online about what is right and what is wrong. So the 5 women jump this one woman, and her husband is there. They're at some kind of like field party, which I've been to, and I've seen some people get shot at. And so they're at a field party, and they're, jumping this woman, and the husband comes in there and just starts handing out equal opportunity employments. Okay? He starts ditching them out, right? He's sleeping these hoes, all right? In the name of his wife. And there's a big debate online about what this is wrong, okay? Is it wrong or is it right what this husband does? Is it the exception to the rule of you don't hit women or not? Let's discuss. Okay, so if I'm in this situation and me and my wife are strolling about, and all of a sudden 5 women start jumping my wife and they're beating her up, and I'm standing there. Holy smokes, I love NASCAR now. Oh my gosh. Oh, 5 women are jumping my wife. Oh my gosh, I love natural light beer. My God, oh, what the heck? What the heck? How does that happen? Oh, 5 women are jumping my wife? Looks like I'm going to wear white tank tops from now on, because I'm ready to hand out equal opportunity employments. Okay? Because that is the exception to the rule. As a husband, your job is to protect at all costs. When I shook my wife's dad's hand, when I asked him for his blessing to marry his daughter, I said I would protect her with my life. And if I was just to sit around and just be like, oh, whoa, he would kick my ass. So that's my thoughts on it. I've surveyed a lot of people, and a lot of people seem to believe how I believe. I would love to hear an opposing point of view. I only see it on the internet, though. What's up with that? What's up with the only opposing viewpoints I see are on the internet? Why can't I find someone that disagrees with me? Is it just a bunch of bots? I don't know. My head's about to explode. So, that's what I have seen, and I've talked to people. I've consulted women. I've consulted men. I haven't talked to any non-human, non-mans, but I just really don't. The other opposing viewpoint I see or that I've heard, not really opposing, but they said that, yeah, I would just start grabbing the women off. I'd just start picking them up and throwing them. Okay, listen, I understand, but let's count 5 of them. Okay, 5 on 1. Someone's down. Your wife's down there getting beat up, and there's 5 of them surrounding her. And you're going to just run up and start picking them up and, hey, get off her. Hey, get off her. Hey, get off her. Hey, get off. That's 4 right there. There's still one more, So as you're doing that, you don't think that these women are going to come jump on your back and just do women stuff and scratch you, right? And then like yell in your ear, something, that annoyed them at work today. You don't think that's going to put you to sleep? You're sadly mistaken. Okay? They're going to come up behind you jump on your back and whisper in your ear, I don't know where I want to go to dinner tonight. Where do you want to go? But just remember that anywhere you say, I'm going to disagree with. And you'll pass out. You will pass out. I kid you not. So that's my argument. That's why I don't understand that one. So like I said, your wife's getting beat up, jumped on, I'm going to be there, and I'm handing out equal opportunity employments. So that is that. There's someone I know I could ask that always differs with me on everything, most things, but I don't. I'll circle back to that. I'm gonna try and interview. I'm gonna try and get my brother on this podcast. Not one of my other brothers. I'd like to get all my brothers on this podcast individually, though. But one of my one I'm talking about, Jackson. He's a freight train. Okay, if I was to get him on here, I mean, my job is to just chit chat, but then get out of the way because he is a freight train. So that's what I know about that. Where do I want to go next? Let's see here. Okay, let's get us some more news out of the way in the world. Cracker Barrel has changed their logo. Huh? Now, why am I not surprised? Because I knew this man that's sitting on the bench is a Nazi. I knew it. All my life I knew there was something wrong with that Cracker Barrel logo. And I couldn't figure out what it was. But now that the logo's been changed and there's no more man on the bench, I say, oh, this new logo, it's a little less Nazi-ish. Gosh, I just couldn't figure out what it was. But I'm happy that they've done this. Because that guy on the old logo, he's a fascist pig. And I knew it all along. So good riddance, Cracker Barrel man. I knew he fought in World War II. And I knew he heiled. I knew he was a heiler. And I don't understand why the stock has dropped 17% in a $250 million loss. Sorry, I'm checking my Robinhood right now. I'm checking my Robinhood right now. Oh, gosh. Oh, no, I had stock in it. Oh, my gosh, Oh, my gosh. At work, I put into, some of my retirement. This is not good. Oh my gosh. I put into retirement at work, and I remember it now. When they asked me what I want to put my the stuff, the company matches and the stuff that I put into my retirement, what did I want to put it into? Like the level of risk? And I just said put it all into Cracker Barrel. I remember when they said, why do you want to put it all in Cracker Barrel? And I said, well, have you been to the store inside the restaurant? I mean, that place is bumping all the time. There's stuff is flying off the shelf there. And I really believe in it. I believe there will be more Cracker Barrels opening. I believe the only direction to go is up. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to start all over now. This is terrible. Gosh. As if I didn't have enough of a reason to be mad about this. I might start a GoFundMe because of all the money I've lost in Cracker Barrel's stock. And I should have known, though, because when I got a country fried steak from there, with the white gravy, which is one of my favorite meals, they skeet me on the white gravy. They don't give you enough. I should have known from that moment there that I was doomed. Oh my, I'm going to need a moment to recover from this. I apologize, everyone. This is a strange turn of events. So yeah, Tennessee Bay replacing its iconic bearded figure with a modern text design as part of a broader rebrand for inclusivity and younger appeal. The move drew fierce backlash from conservatives led by activist Robbie Starbuck, who accused is he Mr. Starbucks? Accused the company of going woke through DEI initiatives, pride and involvement, sparking boycott, 12% stock plunge. CEO defended the changes and essential for adaptation. Listen, that's the thing. Listen, go woke, go broke, okay? Sure, I understand that, but they don't care. Yes, people will go broke. They're going to die on the sword. And it's a sad sight. Not really much you can do about it. But they will do it. And that's how it will be. I mean, yes. I mean, and that's the CEO, and of course. So you look at this picture. Whoops. Let me save this photo right here. We're going to pull this one up. You look at this picture right here. And here's what you can take away from this picture, okay? That's the CEO, and that's the old Cracker Barrel logo, okay? So, what you can gather from the logo in this picture is that guy is a Nazi fascist pig. And what you can gather on the right of this picture, the person, the human, the CEO, is that she's a big woke libtard. Okay? So you have two opposite ends of the spectrum right here. This picture is a spectacle, and it should be studied. So whenever you grow old and you ask your kids ask you what it was like when you were a kid, what were people all about? You show them this picture. And you say, people idolize the man on the stool, and then people idolize this woman right here. These were culturally shifting moments in our society. And this is when it all went wrong. Because now, grandson, you always ask me why I live in this cardboard box on the side of the road. And I tell you, because I made a bad investment. And I invested in the Cracker Barrel when I should have looked at who the CEO was. And I should have known that these two people right here should have never been in business together. And because they have, now I live in a box on the side of the road. So, now grandson, I know you've got a chip in your head now, but I want you to know that whenever these two people were going at it, that we were still able to have sex in this world. We didn't all chop our genitalias off and become these one-gender creatures like you all have. Okay? You were able to become one with a woman or become one with a man, depending on your gender. And you were able to look in each other's eyes and make sweet, sweet love. But now you guys just create life in a petri dish. And you have an AI implant chip in your cock. And I bet that would keep it hard, but you don't get to use it for anything, grandson. So I want you to, just know that the Cracker Barrel man was a Nazi fascist pig and the CEO was a big woke libtard. Okay? Now go on. Now go on and come back to me when you can upload my consciousness to something. And that's what you'll say. That's the future I will live in. I don't know about you. Hopefully you guys didn't make the same investments as I did. Tour bus in Buffalo flips over and 5 people die. Okay? Dead. Shout out to those people. But on the other hand of that, hey, why are you on a tour bus? Hey, why in the world are you on a tour bus? If you choose to get on the tour bus and you're like, oh, and you know, there's a guide on the tour bus that, I mean, you know that he's on fentanyl. You know it. And he doesn't care about his job. He's a tour bus guide. And he's grown up in these streets. He sees these streets for what they are. A dump. What most streets are. Anywhere there's a tour bus, they're a dump. And so he's lying through his teeth. Or she. And he's lying through his teeth, but you are not big. You are so, calloused in the mind that you don't understand that you don't need to get on a tour bus. Okay? There's so many things wrong with a tour bus that I don't really have sympathy for. I mean, I hated that people died, but hey, don't get on a tour bus. It's almost like when I have some family members that go down to Guatemala to go do mission trips, and I say, hey, don't go down there. Hey, I've seen movies. I know what it's like down there. I've practically been down there. Don't go, or you probably won't come back. But they go. And apparently they're changing people's lives. And I say, listen, that's great. I'm glad you enjoy taking a dump in a hole in the ground and talking about the Lord, but that's not for me. I'm glad it's for you, but I'm not going to be surprised if something happens. And it will ruin me. Okay? So, selfishly, I don't want you to go down there. I need you to be here and staying alive. That way you keep my life intact. But if you have things you have to do for your own personal gain and for the good of humanity, who am I? I'm just a man. So go to Guatemala, holla. Get on that tour bus. Okay? Go to London and get on the double-decker. Go to London, get on the double-decker. Okay? What do they call? They call a double-decker when you go into someone's bathroom and you take a dump, you drop one in their toilet and then you lift up the back of the toilet and you drop one in there. I wonder what they call that in Guatemala. A double-decker. You drop one off in the hole, and then maybe you drop one off. I don't know. What do they call that? chickennoodlepodcast at gmail.com. Let me know if you know. Here's how you can tell the kind of person you're dealing with. Okay, someone I work with hit a dog. Okay, and they were so torn up about it that it made my heart kind of warm in a weird way, because I was like, oh wow, this person has a soul. Because usually the people you work with people so much, you spend so much time with the people you work with that You think they're just, disgusting, soulless cretins from the deep, But when you get to see a little, side of them that you weren't sure existed, and then when you see that, you're like, oh, well, this guy, he's not one of the big, soulless, cretins from the deep blue. He's a human. And I feel bad that happened. Because I've had my dog hit. And I was on the bus when my dog, Buddy the Beagle, when he left this earth, I was on the bus coming home. Okay, and I was getting dropped off at the bus stop above top of the subdivision. And everyone said, "Oh, Austin, that's your dog." And I looked over and there was a beagle on the side of the road, dead. It had been run over. And I said, "That ain't my dog. My dog ain't dead. My dog's alive at home." And they said, "Yeah, that is your dog. He's dead." No, he's not. Shut up. That's not my dog. My dog's at home. And then everyone started laughing at me. And so, I ran home. And I'm like, I'm going to show you my dog's not dead. And I ran home and I opened the door and my mom was nowhere to be found. So I go in her room and she's just sitting on her bed. And I'm like, "Hey, where's Buddy at?" And the look that she gave me said it all. It was Buddy on the top of that road. Someone did hit him. And no one knows. He's hit him and he's dead. And we cried about it. And everyone on the bus laughed at me because my dog died. So that's the kind of issues that I've got. So that is kind of issues that I have and will probably continue to have until I somehow figure out how to deal with them. And my wife said, "Oh, hey, I've got you some from zucchini bread from the Mennonites." She got it for me like 2 days ago, and I hadn't eaten it yet. And I said, "Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was going to eat it, but I've had so many other sweets to eat." And she was like, "I was just telling you that I got it. I was just making sure you noticed it. Are you scared of me?" And I'm like, No. And she's like, "Well, why do you answer things like that when I'm just telling you a question?" I'm like, "Well, because it sounds like you're like, hey, I got you some zucchini bread. You piece of trash. Why haven't you eaten it yet? You said you wanted it." And she's like, "Yeah, but that's not how I said it." And I'm like, "Oh, well, that's kind of how someone in my life talked to me when I was growing up. So I lived in constant fear. So I'm still trying to shake off the deeper issues that I have in my life." And she's like, "Well, I don't want you to be scared." I'm like, "Listen, I ain't scared of you, all right? I ain't scared of you. I ain't scared of 5 women. Okay? I'll hand out equal opportunity employments. Okay? But I maybe am sometimes because I'm like, it's just like I've been shaped this way and I'm working through it. All right? I mean, I remember my sweet mother, I'll tell this story. My sweet mother ordered pizza for me, the whatever you want to call him, my dad at the time, don't associate, whatever you want to say. Do I have his last name? Yes. Was he a man that provided for the family? Yes. Was he a good person? He had his flaws, but don't we all? Okay? But I don't talk to him anymore, all right? So I'm not trying to have a therapy session here, okay? But I'm just trying to paint a picture. Because now the other guy I talked to, that's talked to me on this podcast before, I came from that guy's nuts, okay? So we got two different things going on. So when I say dad to certain people, they think of someone, and when I say dad to other people, they think of someone else. So I interchange it with who I'm talking to, okay? So, anyways, the guy that I grew up with, okay, from the time I was, 6 to, 21 or something, okay? My mother ordered pizza for our house. And I will just refer to him as stepdad, we'll say. Just for this. What was that? My mother ordered pizza from a pizza establishment. Okay? And my stepdad said, "Oh, hey, I want beef." I'm sorry. Restarting. My mother ordered pizza from an establishment on a Saturday afternoon for me, my two brothers, her husband, and herself. 3 kids, 2 adults. I was about 14 at the time, so then that brings about 9 and 7 were my other brothers that I lived with. And she said, "Hey, I'm going to get some pizza." Her husband said, "Oh, I will have sausage." My mom calls the order in and she asked for beef. She asked for hamburger. Excuse me. He said, "I want sausage." She called in. She said, "I would like hamburger." Okay? Pizza gets here and, her husband notices that it's not sausage, it's hamburger. So he says, what the hell is this? She's like, "Oh, that's what I ordered, hamburger. That's what you said." "No, it's effing not. I wanted sausage." Okay, yelling at my mother. My mother says, "Oh, well, I thought they were the same thing." And he says, "A pig and a cow are 2 different animals." Okay? And more yelling ensues. Okay? "How stupid can you be?" Just upsetting my mother to, it's terrible. So, now I don't remember if I left on my own or if my mother looked at me in the midst of this and said, "You guys should probably head out for a while." So, I just started walking. But as I'm walking down the street, as I'm walking down the street, going to find somewhere else to be at so I don't get caught in the crossfires, I just hear, "Sausage and pig, 2 different animals. All I wanted was sausage. You so stupid. Bang, bang, bang." And I'm just like, what a psycho. And so, there's a silver lining to be taken away from this. There are certain things that happen in life that shape you and make you into the person that you are. But you don't have to still be that person that you are. You can work on it and pull yourself out of, things that don't have anything to do with your current life, but they still affect you from your past life. Okay? And so whenever these things come up, you don't have to be held constricted to, these traumatic experiences that have tormented you. You can break it. It's tough, but you can break it. So, I've lost the thread, but that happens sometimes. And I was just trying to recover it right there, and I didn't. So, anyways, that's, I guess, a little story that I told you for no reason now. And I had a silver lining for it, but like I've said, I've lost the thread. So, whatever, I guess. Football's coming up around the corner. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. We've made it. chickennoodlepodcast@gmail.com for all of your questions, comments, and concerns. I hope you enjoy the artwork. I hope you enjoy this. And maybe I'll retell that story and find the thread that I was looking for. But also, I've got it. Thread caught in my brain. So there's a silver lining in this, is that you can remember what you were raised up in or the experiences that you had. And me personally, I can look up and see the way I was raised, and not by my mother. I love my mother. There's nothing to do with her, but she knows it. You don't have to make those same mistakes, okay? So if my wife orders a sausage pizza and I ask for hamburger, I'll just eat it. Could care less. I'm just grateful for food. So you can see what was done to you and break the cycle and not do unto others. I can make sure I don't ever make my daughters feel the way that someone made me feel when I was growing up. So anyways, it's a deeper, but I'm working it. It's a deeper, but I'm working it. So, anyways, thank you all very much for listening to this episode, and I love you all very much, and sweet dreams. God bless all of you.